Will year 2 for Scott Satterfield at Cincinnati be better? That's the question. A disappointing season in 2023. When we look ahead to 2024, not a lot of reason for optimism, to be honest here. We're going to go game by game, do the predictions. But first, just some thoughts on the Cincinnati team. You look at Brendan Sorsby coming in at quarterback transfer. He's okay. If he can play really, really well, I think this offense has a chance to be pretty good. They've got good players at running back, wide receiver, pretty good. Offensive line, pretty good. So, again, it does come back to the quarterback position. They get good quarterback play, the offense is going to be good. If they get bad quarterback play, the offense is probably going to struggle. But I think there's potential. I think they will have a pretty good offense when all is said and done. Defense, though, I think is a bigger concern. You've got Dante Corleone back anchoring that defensive line. He's a great player, but besides that, they just don't have a whole lot. Unless some transfers coming in, some young players looking to fill bigger roles, and I just think this defense is really going to struggle. If the defensive line can, again, cause a lot of problems for the opposing offense, it's going to give them a chance. But behind that, again, I think they're really going to struggle this year. And so I do think this might be the worst team in the Big 12. Most people seem to have that same thought here with Cincinnati. Vegas, though, they've got the over-under at 5.5. That's not the lowest number in the Big 12. I believe it was Houston and maybe BYU were 4.5. I can't remember those numbers exactly, but I know that it was not the lowest number. And, the non-conference is not too bad. You got Towson. That should be a win. And then there's Pittsburgh, who I think is going to struggle this year as well. And I think they're going to struggle even more offensively than I think that's going to be a big problem for them. So I think that some struggles on the offense for Pittsburgh. They're not going to be able to take advantage of this Cincinnati defense. They will have to try to run the ball in this game to have a chance to win it. I think Cincinnati will do enough offensively to get the win here at home. I could see this going to Pitt, though. This is really one of those coin flip games. Home field advantage, though, for Cincinnati. And, again, the better offense. I'm going Bearcats. Then they get Miami of Ohio on the road. Always a good team out of the MAC. This is not going to be an easy win. Again, though, I think Cincinnati's going to have just enough on offense to sneak out a win. It'll be close, but I think Cincinnati gets the win here. So I actually got them starting 3-0. And, again, you could easily, if you're playing the odds, you could say, they're probably going to either lose to Pitt or Miami of Ohio. And, again, just doing projections, that's probably what you would get, them splitting those two games. But I think they win them. Houston is up next. We talked about Houston being, I think, a team that's better than a lot of people are giving them credit for. Willie Fritz, I think, is going to do a great job there. And I think they're going to be a decent team. I think they'll be better than Cincinnati. This is one that Cincinnati can win. It's one that you look at. If you're looking for a path to a bowl game, I think you need this game. You need to start 4-0 because the rest of the schedule is going to be really tough. But I don't think they get it done. I think Houston's a better team going with Houston in this game. Then you got Texas Tech and UCF, back-to-back road games. This is going to be tough. They do get a bye week in between, but still, at the talent level, just looking at these teams, Texas Tech much better than Cincinnati, and UCF, I think, same thing there. Now, I will say, the UCF, their biggest question mark is probably going to be on the offensive line. So Cincinnati, if their defensive line could cause some problems there, you never know. Gus Malzahn has been known to lose some games that he should win many times. So that's one Cincinnati. I don't think you want to say they have no chance, but I still think UCF will have too much firepower in this one. Arizona State up next. I think Cincinnati's able to find a win somewhere here in the Big 12, and I think this is the game. Arizona State's not going to be great. I think offensively they'll be pretty good, and I think this will be a kind of a shootout type game. I think Cincinnati, though, will find a way at home. They'll pull one out somewhere. I think this is that win. And then you look at the rest of the schedule: at Colorado, West Virginia, at Iowa State, at Kansas State, TCU. Just don't really see them winning any of those games. So I've got them finishing 4-8. Again, path to a bowl game. You got to start 4-0. That's step one. You start 4-0. You beat Houston, and you win these other games. And then where's the sixth win? Maybe it's that UCF game. We just talked about maybe some advantages there with Cincinnati's defensive line. Or maybe it's TCU at home at the end of the season. I think it's going to be tough. And I think 4-8, I think 3-9 is a possibility. I think 5-7 is a possibility, but I'm going right there in the middle. 4-8 for Cincinnati. This is the final team. We've done all the Power 4 teams. So after this, we're going to recap each conference, give you conference championship predictions, then, of course, the playoff predictions. So that'll be coming here in the next few days as we get ready to kick off the college football season.